Hello everybody, this is Loki and welcome back to Phoenix Wright. We're continuing on the next part of the trial now. Get going. Now then, let's continue from where we left off, shall we? Well, witness? Yes. How can I help you, Mr. Judge? Well, it seems that if we're to learn the truth, we'll need to hear your testimony. I have no problem with that. But when you've seen what I have, sometimes the truth is better left unknown. In any case, let's hear your testimony. Tell us about the plan that was carried out that night. Let's see. The whole plan began with my death. A stupid plan hatched by Morgan Fay to install her own daughter as the next master. But for it to work, Maya Fay would first have to die. The idea was for me to kill Maya and then have the blame pinned on Iris. The plan went wrong, but seemed to have succeeded anyways. So, you haven't finished the chance to talk. Wait a minute. Did you just say the plan was to kill Maya Fay? Yes. You have a problem with that? Don't give us that nonsense. There's no... Watch yourself, try it. If you got a problem, solve it during cross-examination. That's one of my rules. That's true. Godo is correct. By the way, that's one of my rules as well. To kill Maya. Could it be true? So I guess I have to press on every statement. You were executed last month, correct? Yes, I was hanged. It wasn't exactly pleasant. How did you manage to discuss the plan? When did you talk with Morgan Fay? Last year, she was transferred to the same detention center as me. Since I was on my death row and she was my mother, it was actually pretty easy to meet with her. I see. So that's when you discussed the plan? Huh. Are you crazy? At first, that woman was planning to kill me as well, even though I'm her own daughter. All to make Pearl Fay the master of Karen? She's a cold, twisted woman. She thought she could finally regain her lost honor. The honor she lost when her younger sister Misty took her place at the master. Ever since that day, she's been working on this plan. A plan, huh? Why would she call her own mother's plan stupid? But I admit it's stupid, but that's coming from her own kid. Are you talking about Pearl Fay, right? Yes. At first, she had high hopes for the two of us. You and your twin sister Iris? That's correct. Fortunately, neither of us had much spiritual power. That's why we were abandoned by her, along with our father. Abandoned? The only person I ever really cared about in my life was myself. My sister was a nuisance, so I convinced my father to leave her at an old temple. I mean Iris? Yes, my father remarried a woman who also had a daughter. The less children you have, the more money there is to go around, right? On top of that, my father had absolutely no interest in children in general. Why did he have kids in the first place if he's not interested in kids? That's my question. It's like, if you don't want your kids, there's adoption or give it to family members who actually care about kids. How horrible. The really horrible one was that woman, that bitter, vengeful woman. It was her stubbornness that gave birth to that child, Pearl Fay. She was born with an abundance of spiritual power, unfortunately for her. Morgan Fay heaped all of her broken hopes and dreams into that poor child's back. All because of her pathetic dreams of having her bloodline become the main family. Maya would have to die, but why? For our bloodline to succeed as the main family, thus making Pearl the new master. The remaining descendants of the current master had to be taken care of. But Pearls would never agree to a plan like that. She adores Maya. How sad. You still don't get it, do you? What Pearl wanted had nothing to do with it. Morgan didn't care one bit about Pearl. The only thing she cared about was the position of the master. That's all. But that's ridiculous. She was willing to sacrifice anything and anyone to achieve her goal. The life of her daughter. And naturally the life of Maya Fey as well. How can anyone do that? Yeah, especially to their own family. Heck, if I had a family member that like had some certain things that I didn't have, I would never do such a thing to a family member. I would never do such a thing. I know a lot of other people here would never do that to their own family either. You were gonna kill Maya? Pearl didn't need to know anything about it. All she had to do was follow the instructions in the letter and channel me. Then I would simply use her body and finish the job. In any case, I'm already dead, and there's nothing any of you can do to me. So the plan was to blame the crime on your younger twin, on Sister Iris of Hazagard Temple. She and I look absolutely identical. No one can tell us apart. If someone were to witness me killing Maya, naturally they would think it was Iris that done it. And the witness in the case was the head nun, Bikini. I never would have guessed she was going to return to Hazagard Temple that night. But she would wound up seeing Iris' crime anyway. But why did you want to pin the murder on Iris in the first place? She's your twin sister, isn't she? Man, if I had a twin, I would never do anything bad to make her look bad. Twin sister? Don't make me laugh. She's nothing but a backstabber. I couldn't care less about her. Backstabber? You just don't understand. You never will. Anyway. Okay, I'm gonna have to do that last one. You think the plan was a success? You heard me? Just as that woman hoped. Maya Fey is dead. Now that the title of Mother will pass on to Pearl Fey. That's absurd. She's just trapped inside the sacred cavern. Really? You're just as foolishly optimistic as ever, are you, my darling Feeny? Do you want to know the truth? Ever since we met, I despised you. Your sniveling, naive and pathetic faith in other people. I just want to know one thing. What did you personally think of Morgan Fay's plan? I told you already, didn't I? It was a stupid plan. It had no point, no value, other than fulfilling her own greedy desires. Yes, it was certainly nothing to be proud of. If that's how you feel, then why did you help her carry it out, then? Why did you do it? Why would you kill Maya? You may not understand it, but being the kind and gentle soul that you are, you may not be able to appreciate why someone like me would help a woman like that. She's just as evil as her mother. So tell me, why? Isn't it obvious? I'm not like that woman. I only act in my own self-interest. The reason I helped her was from myself. From my own personal satisfaction. What did you say? So this woman, Delia Hawthorne, she had her own reason for wanting Maya dead? Okay. See. Obviously because you were helping Morgan Faye. Helping? Don't make me laugh. From the day I was born to the day I died, I never helped anyone. I lived for myself, and in the end, I died for myself. I thought it was obvious. I had to do that so that way I could, like, see what she would say. So she wasn't actually cooperating with Morgan. She was just using Morgan for her plan so she could accomplish her own goal. All I wanted to do was kill Maya Fey. That was the only way I could think of to get revenge. Revenge? It looks like I have no choice but to present that piece of evidence. Can't believe it. She meant to kill Maya. I have to keep a cool head. And I needed to get more information over. It's the only way to understand this plan, and that she was after as well. Okay, I'm gonna go to that last one here. I was supposed to, like, present Mia's profile, but I wanted to, like, see what she would have said at first. Could it be that your actual goal had nothing to do with Maya Fey herself? As I said, none of you have the power to punish me anymore, because I'm already dead. Well, I had the same problem, you see? You can't punish the dead, and you can't take revenge against them either. You wanted to take revenge on someone? I was sent to die because of that woman, Mia Fey. I somehow knew this was it. I wanted to send her a message. It was at her hand that I suffered my first humiliation. I wanted her to feel the same pain that she made me feel. Sadly, when I realized revenge was impossible, I gave up. And the reason it was possible? Was it perhaps because Mia Fey had already died? Yes, and I realized there's only one way to take revenge against the dead. And how do you do that? Even when the body dies, the spirit, the ego, it lives on forever. I wanted to take away the person that Mia Fey loved most. I wanted to kill her with my own hands. And that would be the one and only way I could take my revenge against her. That was the reason why I helped out with that woman's plan. Man, that one... Why would anyone want to take revenge against somebody? Just for that? For that you would kill Maya Fey? Your goal was no different than that of Morgan Fey. It's true. As they say, the apple doesn't fall from the tree. What a cruel plan. Cruel, cold, and heartless. Don't waste your time preaching to the dead. I've already told you there's not a thing you could do to me. That night. About 9:30 p.m. I materialized into this world. I quickly pinned my hair up and put a demon warding hood. I'm surprised the demon warding hood did not make her go away. Then I picked up the staff that was by my side and left Harzagard Temple. So, it was Elise who channeled her after all. And that ridiculous head nun never noticed a thing. She left Maya Fey at the inner temple and wobbled back, clutching her poor old back. What did you do then? That kid was easier to handle than I hoped. I caught up with her in the front of the stone lantern. Then I took out the dagger from the storeroom and... So then you're saying you stabbed Maya? It's strange, but I don't have a clear memory of what happened after that. What does that mean, no clear memory? I don't know. I think I was stabbed. You were stabbed? At the last minute. Maya Fey must have stabbed me, I'm sure of it. It's not like her at all. Maya wouldn't stab a French fry with a plastic fork, that's true. Anyway, I suddenly felt lost consciousness, but before I did, I scrawled her name on the lantern. Just as I was passing out, I wrote Maya behind my back. I hoped it would cast suspicion on her. I can't believe she was thinking of that until the bitter end. That's where my memory temporarily stops. It stops? I don't have any memory of actually killing Maya Fey with my own 10 hands. My very last memory was red, Maya's terror-filled eyes. When I woke up after that, I was in a secret cavern surrounded by darkness. You were in a secret cavern? The entrance was sealed with one of those trick locks. Somehow I'd been trapped in there. But how did you wind up in there? I'd like to know that myself. Anyway, I was worried. I didn't know whether or not Maya Fey was dead, and I swore I wouldn't return to the underworld until I knew I had killed her myself. For a ghost, you're one tough cookie. I wanted to get out of there and make sure she was dead. But I can't do it. I can't get out. The check lock stopped you. Huh. I don't know how to remove it. So then you were saying you were actually confined against your will inside the sacred cavern? Yes, I wanted to get rid of that annoying lock as soon as possible. But it wasn't easy. I kept getting interrupted while I was working on it. Interrupted? It was early in the morning, but someone came into the training hall. What? Who? Could it have been Maya? I thought the same thing, but I couldn't see. Why not? If someone had spotted me, I would have lost my chance to take revenge. So I made sure to hide myself well at the back of the sacred cavern. That morning, only 2 people could have gone into the training hall. Maya and Pearls. Pearls went there to cover the hanging scroll and gave gravy. Still, I finally managed to remove the lock. But I was too late. What do you mean by that? The flies had already started to gather. The bridge had been fixed, and the police had started investigation. Naturally, I couldn't go out, so I instead returned to the cavern and put the lock back on myself. I realized I can't get a chance to see Maya's corpse, so I had, as I hoped. By just then, Lady Luck showed up. Lady Luck? After that big earthquake, she showed up all by herself. The real Iris? She said she came to make sure the sacred cavern was alright. Stupid girl. I came from the sacred cavern and got a feel for the situation. And I locked her away in my place. I finally learned exactly what happened. It was then that I learned that the plan had actually succeeded. What do you mean your plan had succeeded? I had misunderstood one thing, you see. That night, the one that had summoned me, I had assumed it was Pearl Fey. Well, of course you would assume that. It was written in instruction. But I was wrong. The person that actually called my spirit back was Misty Fey, the picture book author. What? Well, that's really the only possibility, isn't it? After I lost consciousness in the garden, it was her body that was left lying there. Yeah, it was like her. It turned out to be her the whole time. Maya Fey. I wasn't able to kill her with my own hands after all. But even so, I made her commit the most vile sin a human can commit. And that is matricide, the sin of killing her own mother. No way. Order in the court. What the meaning of this? It's true that was the one who attacked Maya Fey, but even so, the murderer who actually snuffed out Misty Fey's life was none other than your darling little Maya. Ridiculous. That's nonsense. Are you sure about that? Just think about it. There's even evidence supporting these facts, isn't there? What? What do you mean? What is this so-called evidence? The fact that Maya Faye's disappeared, is it evident enough? Huh? The idea she's still in the sacred cavern is just ridiculous. She wasn't able to escape from the inner temple, that much is obvious. In that case, there's only one place she could be. Where? Do I have to spell it out? The bottom of the Eagle River, where else? Eagle River? Maya Faye killed her long-lost mother. Can you imagine the guilt she must felt when she realized that? That's why she threw herself into Eagle River. Most bodies that would wind up there are lost forever. So, what do you have to say now, Feeny? Oh, now he's all nervous. Oops. Sorry, that's my phone. What kind of ringtone is that? Go to here. Okay, thanks. Was that something important? They just finished removing the locks from the sacred cavern. That's great. What about Maya? There was a woman in the cave. Was it Maya Faye? It was the accused, Sister Iris. Huh? Don't look so surprised. Say, I told you so. I left her in there yesterday. I just finished telling you that. At least she was honest about that. I gotta admit, she's honest. So, what about Maya? Where is she? There's no one else found inside the sacred cavern. No, it can't be. I told you, didn't I? She's dead. No. No! Aw. Ed. Seems that the case has come to an end. A tragic end. I'm able to save. Tell it here. When my Elgato will act up. So pretty much gonna call it here for now. If you guys enjoyed the video, feel free to hit that like button below and subscribe for more videos to come. See you guys later. Bye guys.